How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to Coxie Tutorials. Where we left off in the last tutorial, we had just added our basic reload functionality to our pistol, so we can now keep track of our current ammo, and also we can deduct ammunition from our carried ammo to refill our current ammo. What we're going to do today is we're going to finish this off. We're going to do some UI for the reloading. Going to fix the script up a tiny bit because there's going to be a few little bugs with it, and we're also going to add the dry fire animation, and I've got this dry fire audio clip. So I'll post a link in the description for this, or I'll just I'll just put it in like Google Drive or Dropbox and give you guys a link to get it. It is a Creative Commons, so yeah, you guys are free to use it. And yeah, let's get started. So with our pistol, we already have an audio source attached to it, and we're currently playing the pistol shoot sound. So go back into our pistol script, and up here we have our audio. So we can add another audio clip and say public audio clip dry fire audio clip, and then we wanted to play that. We marked out this, so we can just say gun audio source dot play one shot dry fire audio clip, and then we just need to add our animation in here as well. So we'll go back to our pistol, our animation, and we'll make another clip. It's not in the right folder, so go to animations, weapons, pistol, right here, and we'll call this dry fire. We'll do this pretty quickly. So we'll turn the record button on, we'll add a property, and just open up this pistol for a second. So I think all we're going to need for the dry fire is the trigger and the hammer. I don't think the slide should come back. We'll just do the hammer and the trigger anyway. I could be wrong, but you guys do it how you want. So I've got the trigger, and I'll just add the what did I do? Control Z that. Trigger, transform, rotation is what I meant to do, and just do the same as we did for the last time. Pivot, just rotate the trigger back like so, and then at about here we will do the hammer. So add property, hammer, transform, rotation, and the hammer can go there too. We won't muck around for it. I'll just put this at like there. So trigger's going in, hammer's going back, and that's it. That's what we're going to do. So stop that, and in our project we go to pistol, animator. We now have our dry fire, so I'll just move these two out of the way. Dry fire here. Make your transitions. Make another trigger. Dry fire. And make sure the transition is dry fire, and then in our settings for exit time we'll just turn off fixed duration like we did for the rest. And now we can go back into our script, and we can say anim dot set trigger dry fire, Always guys, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but make sure this is exactly the same spelling as these when you're using them, otherwise it's not going to work. And my parameters just disappeared for some reason. It's a bit weird. The animation system can sometimes be a bit glitchy, but yes, I don't know why. It's just there we go, they're back again now. Okay, that's good. What's this console saying? This is just all Unity bullshit. Just clear that, it's fine. Okay, so we've got the dry fire and we've got the animation. So what we'll actually do, fire, we might actually just call this from the yeah, let's just do that. So I'm going to get rid of the timer. Get rid of that. Going to cut this out. Shit, no. Okay, scrap that for a second. Yeah, just leave it like that. That'll be fine. We don't need to make an animation event. It should be fine like this. Yep. Okay, so we've got the animation. We've got the gunshot. We'll just have a see what it looks like. We'll need to add the sound obviously in here. So I'll just lock that so it doesn't disappear on us, and drag dry fire into there. Make sure you unlock it again, go to apply, just oh, we've already got audio, so just drag this into your audio folder. What do we got? Dry fire, got the pistol and the fan. Okay, cool. So Control S to save your scene, and then let's just go have a look. Just look on this pistol for a sec. Okay, so that's not perfect, but it actually works fine. So we need to obviously go to that animation like before, pistol, dry fire, make sure it's not on loop, and that will solve the problem. You can obviously adjust your animation to get the timing and everything spot on, but that will do. You know how to do it now. What else? We need to do our reloading animation, and also we need to make this so it's not just if you hold it down it does the dry fire, because what if the player just, you know, oh no, it'll still do it. That's fine. I'll check that in a minute, but what we'll do now is the reload animation when it's reloading. So what else did I see that we didn't do right? Current ammo. So in here I'm just going to say, cut this out and say if is not reloading, or is reloading it was. We made that boolean, and as I said, it's going to come in really handy because we don't want to be doing any of this stuff when the gun's reloading. Alright, we want to be playing the reload animation and nothing else until the gun's, you know, got ammo. So that's fine. And also when we reload, we don't want to be playing the reload animation if we're already reloading. So we'll do the same here. So cut that out and say if is not is reloading, paste it back in. Okay, I think that'll fix them two issues. And I could have just cut this whole thing out and just said if he's not reloading and then put this in. There's so many different ways you can do do things. It doesn't really matter. We'll get the same effect, just maybe I did a little bit more than we had to do. But also we don't want to be able to, well, we can't shoot when we've got no ammunition anyway, so that's not an issue. So down here, while the timer is greater than 0, we want to play our reload animation. So anim dot set trigger reload, save that. I'm going to maximize this so we can have a good look. Okay, so shot the gun, press R, and nothing is happening. Okay, obviously I've done something wrong. Dot set trigger reload. Let's have a look. It's definitely called reload. Reload. So I've done something wrong. Because if is not reloading, and then we're saying reloading is true. Okay, so I'll cut that out and put that here. That should solve that issue. Okay, let's have a look. So shoot, and we still can't reload. Okay, I've done something really silly. I'm just trying to work out what it is. Don't really want to put that there. Cut that back out. Control V in there. Make that not an else if. We'll just say that as an if statement. So maybe it's, yeah, okay. I think I see what's going on. Control S and save that. And we'll try again. Third time lucky. So shoot. Reload. Nope. What have I done? We'll just put a debug here. Debug.log. We'll just say reloading. And then we'll know if this is actually getting called. Back into Unity. Okay, so it's not getting called. If you go to pause, you see in console, it's not getting called. So I'm obviously doing something really silly. If input dot get key down key code dot R and current ammo. Okay, of course, idiot. We're saying if our ammo is less or equal to 0. Okay, of course we don't want it. We want it to be only less than the max ammo. Really sorry guys, someone was probably screaming at me then, but hey, I make mistakes. Okay, that was really bad. Control S to save that. and we'll go back into Unity now. Shoot a couple of shots, and now we're reloading. That's not right. Something is not right with that animation. If input key doesn't reload. What we'll do is we'll say is reloading equals true straight away, and then we'll say yeah, we won't worry about this here, and we can't reload again if we're already reloading. Yes, okay, let's try this. If it's not that, I'll say there's something wrong with the animation. Okay, I've broken it again. Say it here, and is not, is reloading. Reloading is true. I'll cut that out. Get rid of that. Okay. Cut that out. Get rid of that. If carried ammo is less than or equal to 0, we obviously can't reload then, that's fine. And then we'll just add this. I know this is a really silly way of doing it, but just get it all working first, and then we can always streamline it later on. So we'll do this cut. I'll just put this at the very end. Not that that's going to make any difference, but it just makes more sense if it's the last thing. Control S and save that, and we'll go back and have another look. I might just make sure I can see what's going on with the ammo. Okay. And it's calling it over again. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual reloading animation. Reload. Go to scene. Okay. The animation is fine. Just not calling it correctly in the script. It seems like it's getting called over and over again. Oh, okay, of course it is. Of course it is. Yep. See, we're calling it while the timer is above 0. And it's above 0 for 2 seconds, okay? So, yeah. Sorry guys, we want to actually call it, yeah, in the reload function. Like that. And that should just call it once. That's better. Okay, there you go. So we shot 3 shots, and then we reload. mag goes back in, and we've got 12 again, and it's deducting. Okay, and that counter's working correctly. Alright, now for the UI. So I'm really sorry about that, but as you can see, it's so easy to do silly things, especially when you're just a novice coder like myself. So we've got all that working. We've got the dry fire working. We've got our reload animation working. We probably want to add some sound to that reload animation as well, because it'd be a lot better if we had it so that there was a sound taking the magazine out, putting the magazine back in, and then even when we got to this point, we could play the animation where we pull the slide back, you know, that sound, to make that sound like when you've reloaded a gun. So that would be pretty cool. We can always add that in as well. Let's do the UI because I've been taking forever. So canvas, we already have a canvas, which is good. Chuck it on 2D. We've got our crosshair image. Let's go UI, and we'll do a panel, and we'll call this ammo UI, and for the color, just drag it to so it's got 0. Oh my god, I can't think. I'm so sorry. It's got 0 transparency. And then we are going to, we're basically using this as the holder for it, okay? And we're going to do a text. We could have an image as well, would be pretty cool. Like when you switch between weapons, say you've got an image for your pistol, so you know it's a pistol ammunition and things like that, but we haven't got an image for it yet, so we'll just do text. We can always add an image later on as well. So we've got our text in the middle of our canvas. If you go here, we'll anchor it to the top. The reason why we're going to anchor things properly is because if we have different resolutions for different computers and things like that, different computer screens and sizes, the UI isn't going to stay in the place that we've put it. So we've got to make sure that we anchor things correctly. And then I'm just going to push Control and Shift and then click that same one again. And then I'll zoom in, and this text is going to be the we'll call this one the current ammo, because that's what we called it in the script, I believe. Current ammo, and then underscore, I'm going to say text, so I know this is a text object, and I'm just going to move it down a little bit like that. You can put yours wherever you want. Obviously I'm going to put mine up the top middle, just because you can do whatever you want. And then you got I'm going to put a 0 there. You don't need anything here, but I just want to see what the actual size is like. And I'm going to go best fit, and I'm going to change the color to just something random. You do yours whatever you want. I might go, that color will be fine. And then if you press T, or you select this, you'll get your little rec tool, and this is the one I was talking about, that you can resize UI. So I'm going to leave a bit of room, because probably not that much, but we want at least be able to have 3 numbers here. I don't think we're going to have more than 1,000 ammunition. Well, we're only going to have 12, so it only needs to be 2 numbers really. So yeah, we can press W and just slide this across. You can do all of this through the code and hard code in, but I like to do it my own UI through Unity, because then you can customize it a lot easier. So Control, we'll Control D so we get the same settings, and then slide this one out here, and this one we will call divider, and it's text, and then we'll just do a /, and you can put that in the middle, and the divider color can be, I suppose it can be black, and I want this to be basically the divider in the middle, so I think it'll look better. That's close enough. And then the current ammo text again, I'll duplicate that with Control D, and then I'll slide this over here, and we'll press T to use our rect tool, and I'll make it a bit longer in case we're carrying a lot of ammunition. And we'll call this one, I think it was carried ammo. Carried ammo text. And we can make this a bit of a different color, maybe like that kind of orangey color. And then we should be ready to go. We've got our text elements that we're going to use to keep track of our carried ammo. Our current ammo, or ammo that the gun's actually holding, and the carried ammo, which is in our backpack or our spare ammunition that's being carried on the player. So we go back into our pistol script. We're going to need to come at the top here, and we're going to say using Unity Engine .ui, because we want to use the UI, and then we will probably here, I've got shoot point, we will do public text, and this can be the current ammo text, and public text carried ammo text. And now what we need to do is we need to convert the actual integer amount into a string, so that we can display it as a text on the as UI, which we just made here. Okay, it's really easy to do. So we can just I'll just close these up. It's a bit neater. And I'll just make another function here, void. We'll call it update ammo UI, and what we can do is we can say current ammo text dot text equals current ammo dot to string. And in these parentheses here, this is where you could add. You could add like you would a string. Like we can put values in here and say, you know, like plus this, and then we could, you know, we could have writing instead of using the actual UI itself, instead of using this built-in UI, the UI text like this one here. But yeah, we're not going to do that because, as I said, I like it to be able to customize it a lot easier. So, we won't copy that. We'll do a carried ammo text dot text equals carried ammo to string, and then we're going to call this, we probably need to call this all the time. So, well, every time we shoot, we probably need to update it, and we probably need to have it updated at the very start. So we can say update ammo UI when the game starts, and then every time we shoot and reload. Okay, we could just put it in the update function, and it will just call it 60 times a second and keep it updated, but we'll try not calling it as much, and we can always put it in there if we need to. So every time we shoot, we can update ammo UI, and every time we reload, we can also do it after the we only want to update it after it's finished, so we'll probably do it in the countdown at the very end. Control V. Let's see how that works. Maximize that. Let's go into our game. That writing is quite small, and we can definitely okay, what have I done? Current ammo text.text equals current ammo toString. Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm having a really bad tutorial. Sorry guys. We need to drag them in into our slots, of course. So our current ammo text, because I've labeled them exactly what they are to make it really easy, so you guys hopefully won't get as confused as what I've been getting. So yeah, you can drag the current into there, carry it into there, apply the prefab, even though, just keep in mind, it's not going to, like if we drag this player prefab out, these slots are going to be empty. See how they're still dark? That means that they're not actually part of this prefab. And the only way around this would be to, say, tag this with a, like, call it current ammo, and then would find that through the script when the game starts, instead of actually having them dragged in here, okay, as public. But that's fine. So yeah, that should be fine now. Control S. I was going to muck around with this, but I'll just leave it. I don't want to do it too much. So we got 12 and 60. Got 0, so we're dry firing. Reload. Okay, we got 12 again and 48. Reload again. Okay. I think that's fairly decent, so we'll leave it like that for now. As I said, I really want to add some sounds, so that take it off 2D mode. There you go. I really want to add some sounds to that pistol animation. I think it would be really cool, and then have him pull the slide back at the end of it. Okay, so I'll see if I can find something for that. And yeah, thank you as always for watching. As I said, I'm sorry that I made so many mistakes today, but my head's a bit worn out. My brain can't really cope with too much in one day. And yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.